We still have a Sand King in the pool. That's been sort of popular. I do like the Bristleback as well. Bristleback Ogre is kind of an interesting combo.
Dire team pick.
They get the Shadow Shaman, the first one that I've seen today for the qualifiers. But I think I saw him in Southeast Asia a little bit earlier overnight. Although we did see a Death Prophet support in an earlier game today. I think Unknown played that. That was a lot of fun. And I kind of equated it to the Shadow Shaman, except it's a little bit of a different playstyle. Like Shadow Shaman, you just put down your abilities, put down your snakes, and you're pretty good. Death Prophet, you need to stay alive a little bit longer because the ghosts kind of are based around you. So you don't really have the option of leaving your snakes down. That would be a different hero entirely. Man, this overlay looks so weird whenever it zooms in for a hero. Well, NoPing are taking a look at their choices right now. Seeing what they got. Gyrocopter already off the table. Ancient Apparition still in the pool. Might be good for some early aggression alongside the Undying, although you don't really have a great setup for a Chilling Touch. Or rather, the Cold Feet. Faceless Void, the third pickup for NoPing. Seen a lot of Void today in this region.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
There's your Sand King, picked up by Luccini. So that's a good mix of team fight, some lockdown, a good amount of physical damage for Luccini. They could probably use a little bit more out of mid. I'm assuming that the Shaman and Magi are going support. Got an off-lane Sand King. NoPing get the Rubik here. So lots of good spells to be able to steal there. And also goes pretty well with the Void. We like the Disables, we like the Fade Bolt. Good hero in general. That takes us to the last couple of bans for the teams.
5 seconds remaining.
And I would say that both teams are still looking for mids.
Dire team
Beastmaster banned away. Oh no, not both teams. NoPing's probably going to put Kunkka mid. It's probably not a great idea, but I would love to see another Bloodseeker today.
10 seconds.
Kind of hungry for it after Hector's game on it earlier.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, NoPing there, taking quite a while to think about this last ban. And it'll be a Monkey King. Okay. I guess that is a good amount of area control that can sort of mess with the Chronosphere a little bit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
It's an Omni. Okay. That's a hero that had been banned out much earlier in drafts today, but I haven't seen it picked. And Huskar. Oh. That looks like a lot of fun. I don't know how I feel about it into this lineup. It looks like it's going to be kind of difficult to actually secure any kills with the Huskar, but I am pretty excited to see it here. And we'll take away the overlay so you can see these lineups and their heroes a little bit clearer. Ogre's ready to go with the pool, but he has to do a little bit of work first. He's got to play some Dota, defend that Ancient and stuff. Kunkka's already got a Shadow Blade. Lapsus is looks like he might be hacking a little bit. Seems unfair to have an item like that going into a game, but I'm sure he's had it checked out. Here we go. Luccini up against NoPing Esports. Final match of the day. Final best of 2. And here we go. It's Dota time. It is absolutely Dota time if we didn't have a pause. Huskar's Life Break applies a basic dispel and grants spell immunity during the leap. Very important information, ladies and gentlemen.
I almost feel bad.
So hopefully the Shadow Shaman is able to reconnect fairly quickly, so we can get on with the game. As far as draft goes, I honestly don't know where to go with this. I'm kind of leaning towards the Radiant side, but both of these teams kind of draft into some very large combos, and I would say are fairly execution heavy. So, I mean, you got to be able to execute if you want to run that lineup. So we'll see what happens there. And of course the items will make a pretty big difference if this Husker doesn't get off to a good start. So here we go, getting into the game finally. Got Senor D playing the Sand King. Got a Shadow Shaman also heading towards top. J Mari out towards mid, puts down the early ward, which is not been scouted out. Lapsus gets his ward out on the mid lane. Got an Ogre Magi and Gyrocopter bottom. And then finally, for NoPing, we've got Omni Knight, Rubik, Undying, Faceless Void, and a Kunkka. Sand King chancing a look over at the high ground. Finds that there are already 2 heroes there. Everybody's taunting. I don't really think that Shadow Shaman is too happy with it, and he may end up getting chased down here. Senor D inside the river. Gets hit with another decay. Put on in 5 seconds. They're still moving around here. J Mari yet to level anything. And the rune goes over to the dire side, and that's going to be your first blood. So very little health left on the Sand King. It ends up going 2 each way, but J Mari is being chased down a bit here. Double Burrow Strike. Sand King will get a lot of his mana back from that. But look how far up they are bottom. They are not going to allow this Omni Knight any space whatsoever, and they've already got the Rubik very low. So while all this was happening top, there was a lot of aggression going in at bottom, and Shadow Shaman might be in a lot of danger again. Just a couple more hits from the Undying would do it. Putting the last hits up on the board. There we go. This could get really close. It'll only take a couple of hits from the Undying to get the kill, but they're thinking about going on to this Undying because he is losing those decay stacks, and there's going to be the Burrow Strike and the kill to get that Undying down. He won't be able to feed himself away. Meanwhile, Omni Knight is forced to TP over to the tier 1 tower to get out. So it doesn't really look like this bottom lane is doing all that well right now. These heroes are getting chased away by a little ogre. In top, got the sandstorm going down. Shadow Shaman getting chased out. Dying going right after him. And they do find SRD underneath the sentry ward. He's going to get chased, looking for a bash. They're not finding it. And unfortunately, that means that Terrence is going to have to disengage here, not being lucky enough with those bashes. Got some stacks going off in the jungle, and we do have, okay, as soon as I turn away, Undying gets another decay and a slap off on the Shadow Shaman, taking the kill. It's great. I was obviously more interested in these stacks going down. Ogre Magi chasing down the Omni, but meanwhile top, they're both on top of each other. This courier is on a very long mission. Oh, Sand King possibly in some more trouble top once again. Went for the soul rip, but they're not going to find it. And a lucky bash from Terrence. Force the Sand King into the Sandstorm. Meanwhile, mid, J Mari ends up falling to this double damage Rubik. Which means that this Ogre Magi probably wants to do a little bit more damage over to the Omni, but it's not going to do all that much. Some more soul rips. There's enough mana for basically one more decay onto these heroes. At bottom, possibly having some more aggression here. That's just Ogre again being aggressive. J Mari seems to push Kunkka out of this lane. Perfect shackles from Shadow Shaman. I don't think I've ever seen a better shackles. Raj won't end up hitting the Omni, so he will be fine.
Arcane power.
And Kunkka goes back into the jungle. I guess Husker just winning this lane super hard. But Kunkka doesn't even want to play the game anymore. Bottom, Ogre's super dead with that Fade Bolt going through. Mari does not want Lapsus to farm at all here. Secures it. And Lapsus in a lot of trouble. I don't even think I care about other lanes right now. Can he get in range? Oh, Torrent misses and Lapsus goes over to the west. Try to get this. Looking to be in range. Will he TP away? The Jukes! The Jukes, he doesn't even know! He does know now. And he gets one hit, looking for another. Shrine will be there. And meanwhile, the Ogre is still doing things bottom. This is, you know, even though we're not catching those kills, we're basically seeing how all these pools around the map are going down because J Mari is being aggressive, keeping Kunkka unable to farm within his own jungle. And this leads to the Ogre being able to get kills elsewhere. Very nice play from Luccini and a good understanding of their early game as well. And the correct situation in the lanes too. So this could be a lot of trouble for the Shadow Shaman. Thrown back. It probably will get blocked out and killed off by the Undying. We're looking for a little bit more. Fade Bolt available in 5. So much damage. Not going to be able to go forward into that, though. This. Trying to get a little bit more, but the Ogre Magi does not want to let this Kunkka farm, and he puts the ward down. We'll continue to chase. Top. That faceless void. He should easily time walk out of this one if he wants to. But he doesn't seem to. He's dying low. Wow, this Ogre Magi is being super aggressive. Probably just going to TP away. All right. Taking a look at the last hit so far, Gyrocopter and Huskar are leading it for now. Shackles will not be in range as the Undying continues to move around, and Ukes a little bit, but unfortunately didn't have the timing to be able to do it. There you go, zap him to death. Wow, so still finding his farm inside the jungle, so even with the aggression put onto him and the fact that he can't lane, he's doing an alright job of staying up in CS and continuing to keep his farm going. That is great. Shadow Shaman looking for the aggression. The vision is now there. He sees the Undying over to the side. He's thinking about going for him, but this would be a difficult kill to get. They need to make sure that they have that control. They really don't. This is a difficult lane to rotate to. Lapsus getting jumped on by the Husker. This should be a kill. Nothing the Kunkka can do about that. And these nice deep wards for the Radiant side make it so difficult for the Kunkka to farm. You can see they are really focusing on keeping these deep wards down and stopping this Kunkka from getting anything on the map.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's sort of playing himself off as well, knowing that he can't play too well against the Husker. And here we go. Husker again aggressive over on top. King gets taken down. And nothing he can do there. His Heavenly Grace was down. Meanwhile, we've got the Chronosphere in top. Shadow Shaman trying to get out, but he's been X-marked back. And they give the kill back over to Terrence, with the Sand King on looking from the high ground. They now know that he's there, and he's been surrounded. He's looking to get the Burrow Strike through. He's not even going to get the chance. Yeah, there you go. Let's look at the net worth now. J Mari at the top of it with 4,400. Gyrocopter, he's up there as well. Has Fade's Boots working towards the fast Ags. M&Z. I think he was playing out of mid before, so having that flexibility is nice, and maybe they're changing their positions around a little bit in order to make sure that they don't lose out here. He was playing the Slark out of mid before. Ogre Magi waddling his way down towards bottom. Lots of wards placed down by the Undying. And he does have sentries here, but he's not really willing to go for a D ward. Right now, NoPing trying to secure these runes. And maybe a kill on the Ogre. So getting deeper into the trees. They do find him. Now he's X-marked into a Torrent. Underneath him, a Tombstone as well. This might be difficult for J Mari. We'll be able to get out. And J Mari won't find anything there for his TP response, so all he gets is a little bit of farm for trying to help out an Ogre. Got The Shadow Shaman standing right on top of a ward, so NoPing are pretty aware of the situation up here. But he does have his Serpent Wards available. Time walk over this side. There's going to be the Shackles. As there's the Shackles available, there's going to be the Burrow Strike through, and a nice amount of teamwork from Senor D and the Shadow Shaman. Lapsus going through. The boat will miss, and MNZ continues on his way. He notices that he's by himself, so there's not really a point in trying to pursue that kill. Meanwhile, Mari very busy in taking the tower down bottom. Armlet already completed. Snake still down. Undying. That's hitting the Sand King a bit here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Lots of towers being taken by the Radiant side here. Is that a flower shovel? I have never seen that before. And when he is bloodlusted up, that is a very, very large shovel. Pretty scary. Rotations to mid. Ogre is the one to break the smoke, and when he breaks it, he'll probably be very dead. X marked into the torrent, into the lift, into some more shackles. That's really, the animation for that is really cool. It goes along with the set very well. But they may end up finding the Undying here. Tombstone gets placed down. They have to take down that Tombstone before they want to fight. And the Shadow Shaman is going to be the one to take the brunt of it here. Sand King is like, alright, you got this. You can do it, bud. You're doing a great job. TP to mid. Gyrocopter a little bit far forward. Chronosphere can come down. See the Ogre is not too happy about it. And the will Chrono in response. We do have a fight going in top. Omni Knight's up there, getting killed off. Meanwhile, mid, Ogre Magi will fall. So it's a 1-for-1 across the map.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yet another tier 1 tower being pressured by Mari. Halberd, about halfway done for him. That's my X marks the spot sound. Burrow Strike in onto the lone Kunki. He should be pretty easy to keep alive, especially if he decides to get the boat out and give himself some rum. Doesn't really need it. I'll use the snakes on mid. This is a team that excels at taking down tier 1 towers. Well, generally you hope that most teams are able to take tier 1s. But we're 14 minutes in, no tier 1 towers remaining on the Dire side, and we have yet to see NoPing take down a tower on their own. So Mari again continues to get aggressive here, going for a tier 2. Gets bloodlusted up. You got Gyrocopter farming in the background. And what exactly are you going to do about this? I guess wait for your tower to take those creeps down. Good amount of vision here for the Radiant side, but the smoke up from Lapsus and the Undying. Ooh, they find a mighty prize. Gyrocopter, no BKB available. He's going to get run over by a boat, but is that going to be enough? He's got a Ruby coming in from the backside. The Gyrocopter just runs right past the Undying. Mari has to come up big here, and he uses that ability to just knock everybody away from him. Burrow Strike goes out onto the Rubik. He's going to get smacked down by the Sand King as Gyrocopter chases down King into the trees. He tries to TP away. They are going to not find him. There was no vision. And the Burrow Strike, I don't know if it was on cooldown or not, but they just didn't go for anything there. They will find the tier 2 tower. Pressure is created in bottom. This should be a rather easy kill. Should be. Should be. Should be. Should be. Mari is still getting kills top. This Ogre stays alive. He's just And Ogre Boy doing his thing. I feel like maybe you just look for a lucky bash there. I mean, you're probably not going to die as a Void in that situation.
Come and be judged fairly.
And Husker is going for Roshan right now. He gets his halberd, and he's ready to go. There we go. Easy Aegis. This is basically textbook Huskar from J-Mari. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a few more bans on that hero after this game, if they end up winning. It's early game where the Husker is supposed to be strong. It's giving this gyrocopter more of a runway to be able to push off of. And also J-Mari, like, he is super farmed at this point. 3,000 gold in net worth ahead of the Faceless Void, and it's a 10k lead for Luccini, and they're already going high ground? Look how fast this just drops. NoPing don't even want to defend this one. They could get raxed at 17 minutes. That's absurd. Eventually they're going to have to defend their base. J-Mari's still going for this one. Not really much that's going to stop him. Fade Bolt does hurt a little bit. But look at this man. He's a one-man wrecking crew. That's a full set of racks at 17.5. He tried to deny it. But today was not his day.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Well, I mean, 17.5 minutes. There's already a Rax down mid. You don't have any tier 2 towers in the top lane. It's just the one in bottom. And that lane's pushed out very far. Already getting gold from the shrines. And they're smoked up. Oh, that's... I think there should have been vision for that, but there wasn't. Now the Rubik's been caught.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's go for top. They have the creep wave pushing in mid. They might want to protect it a little bit more, but if you can get some damage in on the top tower, you may as well. Creep wave getting taken care of, but not fast enough. That tier 3 tower will fall. Go immediately for the racks. Not even any snakes available this time. They're still on cooldown for another 25 seconds. And it's another full set of racks that's going to be taken. And NoPing are so unwilling to do anything about it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is so strange. It's like they want to throw their game away. Okay, double damage rune. This is the time. They find the Sand King. And there you go. There's a kill. 14k gold lead, though. What are you supposed to do about this? It's legitimately just the Husker that is getting them down here. And Gyrocopter's already pushing in the bottom lane. I didn't really talk about the Husker too much during the draft, but clearly NoPing have no idea how to deal with it. They're just far too scared. Guys just jumping around the map. Satanic would be next. Ooh. What are you supposed to do about this? You're just letting the Husker get out of control. Got the side gunner, Maelstrom, another Satanic build up for MNZ.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It doesn't even look like NoPing want to fight here. Just letting their towers and their buildings get taken. Well, eventually, if you let your buildings get taken, that means that you're not Dota-ing. And when you're not Dota-ing, you're losing. J-Mari walks on up, goes right after the Rubik, will get lifted up. He's still got an Aegis, remember, and he's so tanky. Call down goes through, the Undying will fall. He's got a buyback available as well, which he will expend. And Terrence, remember, he's used his Chronosphere onto the Sand King. So J-Mari, how long is he going to survive? He's getting a little bit lower. He uses the get away from me. Opposite of get over here. Get out of here. Make sure that everybody gets away, keeps himself alive. And they keep going. Pure damage doesn't matter to J Mari. There's the Guardian Angel, but guess what? Omni's dead as well. He's not going to have a Guardian Angel when he comes back. He's not going to be able to save anyone, including himself. Undying getting caught out. That's a GG. Triple kill for MNZ, as NoPing have no answer at all for this game. And Luccini get a well-deserved first victory in this best of 2. Not really sure what NoPing expected. They let a Husker get out of control and there was no looking back. You had to take care of that hero earlier, and it seemed like the answer for them was to make sure that their Kunkka had a bit of a good start, but that Kunkka had no impact. The Husker just... I can still hear the gyrocopter going. The Husker had the lane, and then he started rotating all over the map, didn't even let the Kunkka farm. I don't know what they expected out of that game. But hopefully they can figure out for game 2. Maybe they end up banning the Husker. Maybe they get something that can deal with him a little bit better. What a rough game. Hopefully NoPing can figure it out. We'll be back after another break in what will be the last game of the night. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope you stay classy.